Hey everybody, it's Ray. We have a great show for you today. We have a live musician in the studio. Be sure to stick around and check that out. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Comedy Food Truck. Now enjoy the big show.
Podcasters with podcasters with special abilities.
You're listening to the Comedy Food Truck Podcast. We talk life, food, relationships, and have fun with all of it. And now here's your host, comedian John Hill.
Yeah, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the big podcast. What would be a podcast? Like, what are pods? We're fishing for pods.
Mm-hmm.
We're casting nets.
Podcasters?
More like
casting
a nap.
crowns.
This is more like a nap pod.
A nap pod.
Nap
This is where
pod,
you just plug us in and get your Z's.
Sleep well.
It's funny.
Are you feeling
tired?
sleepy? Close your eyes. Listen to the sound of my voice.
Wow. It's going to put people to sleep. All right.
Hey, Google, play the Eagles on Spotify.
Oh, great. Now everybody restart your podcast.
Wow.
Restart it.
It's assuming they have Google.
Right.
Is Google? Like, it's not Alexa or some name
Google
like
is
that?
Google.
There's Sirius. There's
Yeah, if you're watching this on your phone and it's a Google, like an Android device, it just stopped the podcast and Google opened up and went and found that for you.
actually, if you're listening or watching this podcast and you have an Android device, then
Sorry.
you need.
Wow.
Jesus.
We missed the mark. We missed our target audience.
Dang. Yeah. All right, whatever.
Anyhow, well, listen. Welcome to the show. Let's get everybody introduced because, excuse me,
Got that?
I knew it was coming.
That's amazing.
I drank a protein shake.
Wow.
Premier Protein,
Right.
Those are good.
which really
Those
is.
are amazing. Ice cold out of the fridge.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
Washed it down with a burger from Habit.
What did Scott sound like a smoky old woman
he
there?
did. He sounded like that. Yeah. Man,
Has anybody seen my pal Mel?
that was my third grade teacher.
You know which way the fishing lures are.
Oh my gosh.
That's good.
Welcome to the introduction.
Right, we haven't even got to the show yet.
Yeah.
This is just we're just opening up.
Let's start, shall we?
Yeah, we should do metrics to see who listens past like the first 2 minutes.
No one does.
It's just all initial. This looks cool.
What else is on?
Not cool. Well, I'm John, your host. To my left is my man Jared, who runs a tech, and there's a lot of tech today. We had to switch our locations.
Mm-hmm.
Our typical studio is being worked on.
Is this Studio F?
This is
Think so.
I think.
It's in a different lot.
Yeah.
It's across the street.
We're in the commissary.
Yes.
yeah, this is way over.
We're renting this space from another
This
studio.
is the oldest part of the whole property, or the oldest building, I should say. I think. Yeah, I think it's the first building.
There you go.
So anyway, welcome to the show, Jared. How you doing?
Thanks. I'm doing all right. I'm
Yeah?
just recovering from COVID.
Okay.
So.
Oh, you had COVID?
Oh yeah.
Since our last episode?
Since our last episode.
And then got over it?
Got over it.
Man, that's a quick turnaround.
Isn't it?
Like 7 days
Yeah.
you got
Wow.
it.
It's not like
Tuesday to Tuesday.
It's not like the last time we recorded was 35 days ago, I guess.
Right. No, it wasn't.
Man, no. I think
We do these every week.
I think I had COVID before the last time we recorded.
Yeah.
Or in between, you know. So, okay.
I'm better now.
I got mine from Ray.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breathing on you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then I guess sort of, well, for us, he's on TV.
Yeah.
Because Scott is traveling the world again. But,
Yes.
right. See that?
You
That was
think-
quick. You're like on it today.
Yeah, the delay's
There's
not
usually a
there. It's
delay,
better. It's better.
yeah.
We were
That
just
was pretty
checking that
cool.
out. Yeah, it's nice.
But don't get excited, Scott. We still want you in the studio, bro.
I know.
Yeah. So, Scott,
Wish.
welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you very much.
Like you're a guest.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me. It's a real pleasure.
How's
Is that what I'm not supposed to say?
5 minutes.
how is yeah?
Taking
That's
notes.
definitely how you don't do it. No, but how's life in Gator World?
Good. Get your world.
In the big
It's
OC? Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, it's a little warm. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, stop complaining.
working.
What is it, like 82?
It's 78
Oh,
down
yeah,
here.
it's 78.
78 is a little warm.
It's
It's a
almost
balmy
80.
78.
Man.
I had to flip the air in my Mercedes to 1.
Point 0.5. What Seriously, what was your temperature today? What was your high?
It was like 85 where I was at. Yeah.
Oh, stop. You poor child.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poor
Scorching.
kid. That's just a heat wave. You better
It was
watch out.
85 at 8 in the
Jeez.
morning. Or,
Yeah.
That's what we woke up to. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're, braving it through the heat wave.
Yeah. Thank you.
No
Thank you very
problem.
much.
I'm also glad you're wearing a full T-shirt. You didn't come in like a tank top or I'm not supposed to say the other word, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Halter top.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's the word we're not supposed to say. Thanks. I couldn't remember what it was.
Halter top. A training bro.
Top.
A training
top.
bro.
Yeah.
That's it. A tube top. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for being with us, Scott.
Sure. Sure.
And then the last person on our podcast that's typically here as a regular is our man Ray.
He's not that
Hey, I
right.
saw you work this week because I was at 2 or 3, 4 locations where you had some balloons.
Oh, yeah, for
You're
your
done.
VBS stuff is starting up.
Well, it's not VBS,
Well, what
but
do
you
they call
brought
it?
balloons.
What do they call it?
What do they call?
Well, it's got a new name. It's the kids' summer thing.
It's
Summer
called
Blast.
Summer Blast.
Summer
yeah.
Blast, sorry.
Yeah.
AKA.
Yeah. Summer Blast, summer not. But
Mm.
no, but seriously, it's a pretty cool balloon arch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's things going for you?
Things are good, man. Can't complain. Life is nice. It's up the hill, and it was like 73 all last weekend up there.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's great.
how's that drive up the hill?
It's not bad.
No?
Yeah, it's not bad. Once you get up there, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's just getting up there.
Eventually.
Yesterday there was an accident on the 15, and I went up through Lytle Creek and then through the dirt roads and Sheep Canyon and Swarthout Canyon.
Somebody's backyard.
Pretty much, yeah. Big signs that say "No trespassing, do not enter."
For those of you who don't live in the inland empire of Southern California, he had to drive up a sort of wannabe mountain.
It was going to be it's going to be a 2-hour drive home. It's normally about 40 minutes. It's going to take me about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So.
And all the people who drive to LA every morning are like, oh, okay, poor baby.
Oh, yeah, right. I don't know how those guys do that.
They drive 2 hours to go 10 miles.
3 hours, 4 hours to get to work, and 5 hours to come home or something.
I was
stupid
watching
like
a
that.
documentary on Netflix,
Redflix.
and they were going. It's a documentary. I'm not going to tell you about the whole documentary, but at some point they had to go to downtown Chicago to a courthouse, and their hotel was like 12 miles away, and it took them 2+ hours.
Oh, my gosh.
That's Chicago traffic,
Could
brother.
walk it 3 times
Maybe.
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah, maybe. But man, Chicago. Scott's kind of town.
Chicago is.
So Ray, you got the show today, so I'm just handing it over to you. And
Man, all right.
and if you're just tuning in, yes, Ray is responsible for a 7.5 minute intro.
I got 8.5 on mine, but all right.
Well, we started a little early. Remember,
That's
we had to
true, yeah.
stare at Scott's nether regions.
Hey.
Go wash our eyeballs out with soap
His northern nether region is above the belt line.
Yes.
above the equator.
Yeah.
This is Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott's Holland.
Hot skull
Greenland.
is hollow. All right, so take it away. We have a guest.
This is JJ. You go by JJ,
I
right?
do, yes.
Capital J, little J, right?
Just J period.
Just J period,
My
J period.
initials.
Did you say
JJ.
capital J, little J?
That's the way I've seen it, so I'm just
Really?
asking. Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen it
My
like that.
Facebook wouldn't let me do it the other way.
See, there you go. So this is JJ, and he is working on a project called it's called the Louisiana Project. Now, is this
Yes.
this is an album?
Is this a
Or
land
is it-
purchase? What is he doing?
They're overthrowing the government in Louisiana. It's a coup.
Finally.
Yeah, right. Somebody had to do it. Shh. So if you want to talk about that a little bit, what the Louisiana Project is, and get us up to speed on that.
Well, basically, we're just a group of guys that have been musicians our whole lives. And we all met in high school, believe it or not. And I personally put music down, but I started playing when I was 12, and then I walked away from it pretty much. When I met my wife, she had a son that was already 5, and I needed to provide for my family. So I put aside my dreams and just focused on building a business. And
What kind of business?
I have a cabinet shop.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the son that my wife had when we met now works with me.
What do you guys sell though? I know your office is in a cabinet, but what do you sell?
A cabinet.
Some people have a warehouse. He has a cabinet shop.
Cabinet.
I sell wood.
Rent is really low.
Right. You really make you craft
We
this
custom
all?
make everything.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so
It's kitchens and that
mostly
kind of thing?
kitchens,
Yeah.
entertainment centers, a
Oh,
lot
really?
of moldings and stuff like
Nice.
that. Yeah, we do a lot of that stuff.
That's awesome.
Casework.
Yeah, pretty much.
What area are you? Like, where do you out here
We're
in Southern
all over
California?
the place.
You go anywhere? Okay.
Yeah, if you want to work, I mean, I've seen guys that I won't go outside of the IE or something, and then tough times come or recession comes,
Sure.
and they're asking me for a job.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
go to San Diego, LA,
Okay.
Palm Springs.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all over the place.
Well, when I
Yeah.
called you Friday, you were like
Huntington
Santa Monica-
Beach.
Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach on Friday.
Driving home from
Yeah.
Huntington on like 5 p.m. When I'm
Oh.
driving home from Huntington Beach, I was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You think you're slitting your wrist in traffic?
You do it enough, you get used to it.
Yeah,
you know,
you just do it.
Yeah.
You just,
You know.
just do it. Yeah.
That's like one of my pet peeves, I guess, when I drive with somebody, if they complain about traffic. It's like, we're in Southern California. I mean, if you don't anticipate it, then
Yeah.
you're living in the
Well,
wrong
you're gonna
place.
be
Part of the
dumb,
gig,
yeah.
man. Part of the
Yeah.
gig.
Well,
yeah.
also a fun fact in Southern California, when you say recession, it means everybody else has a recession because he's always in a recession.
We're just receding.
Yeah.
San Bernardino, the main city or whatever, declared bankruptcy. So it's always a recession
Yep.
in the
Nice.
Inland Empire. But we all love it.
Well, cool. So you have a single out.
Yeah, it just came out on Friday, on
Nice.
June 3rd. It's called Been a While.
Been a while. All right.
It's
And
our first single that we've done with a record label. We're working with a record label out of London called The Animal Farm.
nice.
And it just was one of those things. I just made a few songs and put out some recordings. Did them in my garage, and then I worked with a guy in Long Beach. We can get his name in a minute, but put them onto a website called Submit Hub, and it's not dirty, even though it sounds like it.
Wink, wink.
Bring out the gimp. That or it's a place all the wives send their husbands to start behaving.
It's called intervention.com.
So wait, just backing up. So the
Sure.
band name is Louisiana.
The Louisiana Project,
Got
and
it.
it's not
Band
after the state. It's
Right.
actually a friend of ours that we went to high school with. His last name was Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
And he ended up, I guess to shorten the story, he was homeless, living on the street, had real mental problems, obviously. Drug problems led him to that point. And we thought he had died. And when I got back into the music, I remembered him and ended up writing a song about him.
Oh wow.
And we posted it as hey, this is in memory of our friend Brian, Louisiana. And this girl who we've all been friends with for years contacted one of the drummers, and she said, he's not dead, he's alive.
Wow.
And then we were kind of mulling around a name at the time, and one of the other drummers, my friend James, his idea was we should call the band the Louisiana Project, because we thought he was dead and he's alive and he's actually doing better now. And he says, it's kind of like your music. You thought your music was dead and now your music is back. So it was the first time we had named something that meant something to us more than what we thought it would mean to other people.
Yeah. No, that's
so,
cool, though,
wow.
man. And then, so what's the inspiration behind? You said the album name is The Animal.
That's
Oh, that's
So
the
that's the
record
record labels, the
Sorry.
Animal Farm.
Oh,
That's
it's the record
Yeah,
label,
they're
sorry.
the.
That was your album that you were. Well, that's a great book. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I had wondered why he came up with
Yeah.
that name. I haven't asked him, but
Yeah.
All right.
so we have a single that came out. They actually recommended doing singles over an album.
Okay.
So the first single just came out. It's called Been a While.
Okay.
And that one, I was beat up. I was down. I was, we all have those days. And I always try to put a positive twist on a song. And so it all turned out to where it's I got my faith. I got my wife. It's really not that bad.
Yeah.
That's
You
kind of
got a
pretty
roof
much
over your head. You got food in your stomach. You got,
right. And as bad as it can get, if you got some of those things going, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
So that was the basis of the whole song.
Cool. I like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you want to do some of it or part of it? Can you do
Or
part
all
of
of
it?
I could try to do it.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
If you wanted to
Sure.
do some licks.
JJ's got his guitar here with him.
Yes.
Is this like the world premiere?
Kinda. You
Live
said-
premiere, yes.
You said it
Yes.
got radio.
Yeah,
play,
we got
right?
radio play this morning, actually.
Oh, very
Nice.
cool. So
I don't
yeah.
know if
We're
you guys
only
know
second.
the Poor Man
Oh yeah.
from
Yeah.
Orange County.
Yep.
I was on the job in Huntington Beach that Ray had mentioned earlier, and a good friend of mine, I played him a couple songs, and he says, "Yeah, I'm going to go over to the Poor Man's house. I know him really well. I'm going to go talk to him." And I, of course, come on, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I'm going to go over there and talk to him about you right now." And I, well, can I go? You know. And so he took me with him, and we met yesterday. And within 5 minutes, he heard the song and said, "Yeah, I'll play it tomorrow morning."
Wow.
Nice.
So they did a
Wow.
world premiere thing, and they did a whole bunch of reviews, and
Dang.
yeah. So they have this thing called the Cricket Brigade or something. I forget exactly what he calls it, but it was like his morning crew that they all text in their thoughts on the song.
Okay.
And most people were nice. There's a couple guys that
Yeah.
didn't like it, but most people are pretty cool. So
Nice.
we
Some
got
of
good
those,
reviews.
some of
I
those
thought.
guys would just say they wouldn't like ice cream or chocolate too. I
Yep.
mean, they're just
Right,
those
right,
guys that just
right.
that's
And
how they think they're going to stand out and get noticed.
Right. Most of them said, "Oh, I'm a musician," so they had to justify
Of
what
course.
they were
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
That makes
Why-
me an expert.
There, a few
Yeah.
of them didn't, but a few of them did have to point that out.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
You
As
know,
a musician myself.
Yeah.
You're gonna get negative stuff the whole time.
Well, yeah. I mean,
That
it's part of the game.
it beats you up sometimes, but you learn to get thicker skin and
Also, probably learn to enjoy when it's working.
appreciate the good comments, because you realize it very easily somebody could have said something really bad too.
Yep.
So,
Sure.
Absolutely.
but yeah, I guess I'll try to play it. So
Okay.
And just for the record, yeah, like John said, he's on the Comedy Food Truck podcast right after the world premiere.
well, I haven't tried to do it live in front of people before, so this is kind of a good thing.
Awesome.
So it's called "Been a While."
Huh? You good, Jared?
Yep.
Okay.
It's been a while since things seemed right. It's been a long, long time since love's been on my side. I've seen a lot of highs, I lived a lot of lows. Only God knows why. See, I don't mind living a hard life with a good Lord by my side. And I've got you. And I've got you. I've got you. And I've got you. It's been so long since I've lost control. Living under the gun has taken its toll, and I'm just the shadow of the man I once was. But living this life is more than enough, 'cause I've got you. And every step I take wouldn't mean a thing without you. Everything I do would be in vain without you. time, but I don't mind. Yeah, I'm alright with a good Lord by my side, and I've got you. Oh, whoa, and I've got you. Oh, whoa, and I've got you.
Yeah, man.
Nice. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
I'm a musician.
Are you? Nice.
That was really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Plays
Absolutely.
guitar and sings.
Thank you. Thank you.
Funny.
Yeah.
Walk me through your songwriting process, like, because you're also doing both. You know, there's people who write, I know, lyrics, and there's some who do the music, and obviously some that do both. But I mean, you know, like, I mean, you talked a little bit about some of the inspiration behind the song because you were talking about some of the things you were going through.
Sure.
When you get to sit down, I mean, I guess, does something come to you and then you build it into a song, or do you decide, I'd like to write a song about this, and then you sit down and start trying to work on it, or
You know,
both?
It comes in a lot of different.
Okay.
Inspiration comes a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
You know, truth be told, for that song, we're always looking for inspiration and new ideas on riffs and stuff like that. And I was looking through YouTube and saw a guy that had a couple scale like things to work around, and he had this thing that he had going on, and I started messing with it. And what I've learned with songwriting is mistakes
Yeah.
are usually gold. Because anybody can play a G, C, D chord, or anybody who's a musician. But when you make the mistake on a transition note in between those chords or something along those lines, is usually when you trip onto something really good. And that's what happened with this song, that riff, the kind of the main riff that I do. It was an accident. And is when this, but I learned a long time ago that if you hear something that sounds good, stop and try to do it again. And so that's what this turned out to be.
It's kind of cool, yeah.
And so-
In this song, did the music come first and then the
Yes.
lyrics?
The
Okay.
music came first in this one.
Yeah.
You know, I never really sang a lot. I'm pretty new to that. So I was always a guitar player. So for me, it was music first. Play the guitar, write some riffs. I could always write good riffs and good transitions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But with this song, this is one of the first songs where I wrote, you know, verse, chorus, or whatever the structure is. And I kind of want to sing a different part right here. And so this was one of the first songs where I started to stop where I was at structure-wise and then try to come up with like a twist or something
That's
like
cool.
that
Yeah.
would kind of go with the words. So
Break it up. Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
good song, man. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
a good sound.
Thank
I mean,
you.
yeah. How your musical style? Like, how would you describe that?
It's kind of like a country folk rock kind of twist, you know, but
Like it kind of bluesy a little bit.
yeah, I got a lot of blues influence. Stevie Ray Vaughan, when I was in high school, was huge.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I started off as Metallica and, you know, I was a metalhead, but
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan changed my life. You know, when I heard Stevie Ray Vaughan play, then I got really into Eric Clapton when he did the Unplugged album in the 90s. That was a big deal to me.
Yeah.
So then I got into some other stuff. And
It's cool, man. Yeah.
thank
I think
you.
guitars are. I'm not a metalhead. I don't like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But man, when somebody can play a guitar, I mean, you know, and just work in some feeling into it. So, like you said, it's not just a basic. It's really pretty powerful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've always thought it was important to be good at what you do, you know,
Yeah.
whether it's guitar, making cabinets, or I used to ride a skateboard. I mean,
Yeah.
I always wanted to try to do it the best I could.
Yeah, it's really
you know,
cool, man.
so-
And so you have other, obviously, people part of this this land purchase. I'm kidding. I can't get past Louisiana Purchase.
That's all right. It's all
no,
right.
but hearing the story though is even more powerful as far as where the name came from. But because I'll admit, I thought maybe it had to do with style of music, kind of that southern bluegrass.
I
kind
think
of
a lot
thing.
of people think that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think because of your style, you know, if you came
Yeah.
out and did, I mean, who knows what, and they might be like, wait, that's not Louisiana.
Right.
What is Louisiana?
Right. Right. But I mean, the rest of the band, how many members are in there?
There's 5 of us.
Okay.
And what's funny is a lot of it's done remote. Like,
Everybody phones it in.
Kind of, yeah. So Mike McQuaid, one of the drummers, myself, and Jake Cuban, we all live close by. Jake plays guitar too. So Mike and I get together the most. It's mostly just him and I that we do a lot of practicing.
Yeah.
Our bass player Rob Hatton lives in Prescott, Arizona.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So like all the recordings that any song that you've heard that he's on, he's pretty much done his bass track out in Prescott because he has a little mini studio in his garage.
That's
Nice.
wild.
He did
man.
come out here once.
Yeah.
And then James, the other drummer, lives in Reno. And unfortunately with drumming, he actually flew down here to do a couple songs on our last EP release.
Nice.
So
He's
it's
just got to be in the studio. He just
yeah. For drums, it's pretty tough. He doesn't have the setup either, so it was easier to just get him here.
got it.
You know,
Yeah. Don't go buy thousands of dollars of equipment. Just buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$250 plane ticket. Yeah. $500 plane ticket.
That's cool, man. Well, it probably costs less to fly now anyway.
Right.
Especially than drive. Yeah, it's funny. Our group's a little bit like that. Like Ray and Jared, they do all the writing. They're the creative people. And Scott's the remote guy who tries to lay down his tracks and all that.
Literally.
Yeah.
He's laying down a track right now.
He's
are you
always
filming that in
remote.
the toilet?
That's
It
it,
just
man.
sounds like it.
That's funny. No, I just wing it. I just come in and, if they still did
Yeah.
scatting, that's what I do.
John's the laziest podcast host ever.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I just,
And here's your host, Just the host.
Well, you're doing a great job at it.
Yeah.
we're just,
We'll keep him.
yeah, right. We're just, yeah. I'm just the only guy who can keep his brain and mouth moving so much.
John's the only one of us that can carry on a conversation for
With
more
himself.
than 2 minutes.
By himself
An adult conversation.
Right. Yeah, adult conversation.
with answers and everything.
With a point.
So I was going to ask you, you mentioned earlier that you, was all of you were in high school together, all 5 of you, or is it?
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
I'm the youngest
Okay.
of the group. Rob is a year older. Mike and James are 3 years older. I believe Jake is 2 years older. I could be wrong on that, but what's funny is, Mike was out of school by the time I got there. He just decided he didn't want to do it.
I hear that.
And then
Yeah, Jared can relate. Well, does he play guitar too? I'm just kidding.
Mike, no, Mike's the drummer, and he's
okay.
the studio guy. So
Just done with school.
yeah, but we all pretty much met through high school parties and mutual friends and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Did you guys play together in high school at all? Or is it-
James and Rob and I did.
okay.
We actually had a band my freshman year.
Oh, nice.
And then Mike and Jake, they had a band just out of high school that they actually started to get some wings. They started to do pretty well.
Who was the band?
They were called Final Walk. They were kind of knocking on the door of some big shows, and I think their singer quit on
gosh.
them or something like that.
Singers.
So,
They're the worst.
so they kind of he was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was back when Pearl Jam was big. He
Okay.
sounded a lot like Eddie Vedder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then Mike and I worked on a project in my early 20s, but we've never all collectively as one whole group been together.
Okay.
It's crazy, man.
Got it.
So it's a big deal, man. This is it's like you finished something.
Yes.
You started
Yeah.
something and you've completed it. That's a big deal. I know how that
Yeah.
is because a lot of people start projects. A lot of people
Yeah.
are great at starting. I'm a great starter. I can tell you that right now. I'm a great starter, but seeing it through and finishing, it's just like, it's
hard.
Yeah. It's tough to see it through. And I was always good at that too. I could always start a recording, but I never wanted to spend the time on the finishing details and to get it done. I just wanted to get it out for people to hear it. But what I'm learning is people usually want to hear it finished, So for me, this project was about more than just playing music. I mean, I've got blood pressure issues and stuff. And when I was first starting to deal with that and the medication and stuff, I had a few moments. I thought, am I having a heart attack? Am I having something going on? And one of the first things that crossed my mind was, I don't want to go and not leave some sort of music behind.
Oh, wow.
That was a big deal. I didn't realize how big of a deal it was till that moment,
Yeah.
And from then on, here we are 2 years later, almost 2 years later.
Talking about that in the song.
Yeah,
That's right there in the song you were just singing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few of them I go back to that. There's a lot of depth to
Now
what I'm
becomes
doing.
never. Yeah.
Yeah. Now becomes never
Yep.
in no time.
You got another one you could play for us? Do you feel comfortable playing?
Yeah, I'd have to tune up a little bit, but I do.
Yeah, we got time.
Or at least part of it.
It's an unrunreleased song, so this is a debut.
Okay.
Would that be?
Scott has to tune up for unreleased stuff all the time.
I'm doing it right now.
Jeez.
Scott's releasing some unreleased stuff right
Scott
now.
is sitting there not saying a
Ah,
word.
look at that.
What is happening?
I don't know, man. Wow.
You got the devil.
He's either
What is that
he's either
face?
mental or he has gas.
Oh my gosh.
It's
one?
both, I
It's
think.
both.
Yeah,
Keep pushing. I can see the
he's
head.
got mental gas.
See the head. Wow.
Scott's crowning.
That's not right.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
You know, JJ brings on all this amazing music.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Yeah, we
ridiculous.
just, we just
Come
take
on,
It's my
it.
kind of humor,
Fart
though. I'm
jokes
right
in
there with
between
you.
songs.
Hey, let's hear another life-changing song.
It makes me have to pass gas.
Yeah, music's very inspirational. All right. All you, man.
This is one we're working on in the studio right
Okay.
now, but Mike, the drummer, actually suggested I play this because he
Cool.
liked the way I did it at his house.
Do you have
Right
a name
on.
yet, or
This one's called New Low.
okay?
Okay.
All right. That's just like our
I was going to
podcast.
say, is that about our podcast?
So I was on this podcast.
Every time we think it can't go any lower, there's a new low.
Well, it's a funny name. That was the name of one of my bands in my 20s. Was
New
New
Low?
Low. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Wow.
awesome.
So I try to do that too. I reference back to stuff like that. But
Well, there's always that big band J-Lo.
Wow.
A little different.
Anyway,
Different kind of low.
save us, JJ.
I'll try. I'll try. Let's see.
Once upon a time, I must have lost my mind to say what I said to you. I must have lost my way, must not have been thinking straight if I thought I could do without you. If I thought I could do it without you. Those are the things I said, you know I didn't mean. It's just my emotions got the best of me. You wanted to run away, so I got on my knees and prayed, cried in bed that you'd forgive me someday. I must have been confused. I thought I could do it without you. I must have been misled. I thought I could let you go. If I thought I could do it alone, I'll reach an all new low. All new low. Was I thinking what was going through my head? What was on my mind to say the things I said? 'Cause I must have been confused. I thought I could do it without you. If I thought I could do it alone, I'll reach an all new low. An all new low. Since that time I caused all that pain and heartache, I've been a different man. I've changed direction and I've turned from my selfish ways. But you can be damn sure I won't make that same you can rest easy, knowing that fine's been paid. 'Cause I must have been confused. I thought I could do it without you. I thought I'd do it alone. I reached all new low. You and I must have been meant to be. How else do you explain this long shot working, the hard times we live, the struggles we've had? Makes me sure that you deserve the best out of me.
All that with a broken string.
Broken string, folks.
Of course, it had to be the D string when you're playing in D. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, drop D. There's half the song gone right there.
Oh man,
That's awesome, man.
it's fading too.
really
No,
good.
that
Really
was
good.
good.
That was a good song, man.
Yeah, it's
you.
great.
Fingers are flying, man.
I know.
Really, really awesome. Yeah, the string
Thank
broke
you.
for those listening. The string broke.
Yes.
That's a new low.
I tried. It was.
So, are you the primary songwriter, like lyrically? I mean,
Yes.
okay.
I mean, I get some help from the guys,
Yeah.
but the help is more of like, hey, why don't we say that again, or let's do that again.
Sure.
But for the most part, it's mostly me coming up with stuff.
It's kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Thank you. I
Real
appreciate
man.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me here.
The
too. I appreciate it.
Louisiana
Absolutely.
Project, everybody.
Yeah.
JJ.
It's tight, man. The,
Rolling
the,
it.
play, the
Thank
playing's
you.
tight. Vocals are tight. I
Thank
mean,
you.
it's good. Yeah, and that was live. I mean, that's raw, you guys. I mean, there's a microphone picking up the guitar, and he's singing into a microphone. And I mean, there's like no effects. There's no
Not yet.
sweetening. Well, yeah, like Jared said, not yet. But I mean, it sounds great just live, just like
Thank
that.
you.
So it's really
Thank
good,
you.
man. It has a great sound.
And just for the record, the microphone picking up the fingering and the string thing looks like one from Edward Murrow's era.
Oh yeah, the old radio mics.
Yeah, it looks
with
like the old kind of style
it's
radio
like
mic.
Sputnik.
It's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool. But I could see where I was wondering why I was there. But then when I'm watching him and he's using his fingers, he's hitting certain. He's getting that little dorings kind of sound as he's going. It's like
yeah.
picking that up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, very live guitar sound to it. Yeah, you want
Yeah.
to get that with a pickup. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I like.
I'm actually happy it worked. It was good for recording, but usually in a controlled environment recording,
Yeah.
Right.
But
right.
it turned out pretty good.
Now this is anything but a controlled environment.
It's an all new low.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for somebody to pop their head in the door at some point. I'm watching people walk by, and no, very good, man.
So before the show, you shared with us that you listened to our episode with the reality show pitches that we did a few weeks back. And JJ asked us if we got the Milkman idea from a Snopes article.
Yes.
So Ray and I wanted JJ to share this because we wanted Scott to hear it. This is hilarious. If you could share what you
It's on
found.
my phone, but I mean, I remember the
Yeah.
article. So there was actually a milkman in San Diego that they are accusing of being a father of 800 children. During the 50s and 60s, yes. I read
Wow.
I read it in January, and when I heard you guys say that on that episode, I thought, oh, they must have read the article too. And when I
Yeah.
got here, they had no idea.
No idea.
No, we have our own true life story. Of, if it had been Sacramento, we'd have been like, okay,
Right, Stockton,
Stockton,
Sacktown.
yeah.
I think Scott and his stepdad were actually on the E! True Hollywood story
Right.
at one point. Yeah.
I think
Springer.
I think Scott's stepfather was probably the inspiration for this dude. Right? He's like one of his
Copycat.
his apprentice.
Understudy.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
So Scott, you have
His utter
800.
study.
You have 800
Sorry.
step brothers and sisters.
One day this will all be yours. this kingdom.
Man, that's awesome.
1/800th of it.
Right.
Sired 800 kids.
Delivered 2 bottles of milk, but 800 kids.
That's insane.
Oh man,
That's a serious milk
Right.
route.
Yeah, they said they could. They said they didn't know until DNA testing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I was actually
How
watching.
long does it take to do 800?
Oh, I don't even know, man. No, but I was watching on again one of the streaming. I can't remember, but I'd forgotten about this movie. But Vince Vaughn made a movie way back
Yep.
about having all kinds of, but he wasn't a milkman, but I mean, he had, I guess, donated stuff. And so there were all these people who were his kids.
That's funny.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
800.
Oh my god.
I think, isn't the movie called Who's Your Daddy or something like
Is
that?
that what it is?
It's something like that. It's like a play on a word.
Probably
Some
something
kind
like
of
that.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. There was another guest who has a joke about that. But
He had a
anyway,
chronic problem, but he got paid for it.
Wow. Right? That's crazy.
that's true.
Wow.
Cool. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for
Absolutely.
coming on the show and helping us
was awesome,
appreciate
man.
music. Have a little higher brow of, entertainment than what we normally provide.
Some actual substance.
It'd be great to have your whole band in at some point. We
Yeah.
can get
I
a little
think
better.
everybody'd be up for it.
Yeah?
I know that we're planning on doing some recording this probably a couple months, 3-4 months.
Yeah.
And if we end up getting everybody down here, maybe we can try to coordinate something.
Okay.
Yeah, when
At
let
least
us
a
know.
few
We
of
keep
us.
threatening we're going to do like a
I
big
was
live
gonna
show
say,
kind of
man,
a thing
we
with some
need-
comedy and
we need a band.
bands. And
Well, you
things
mentioned a barbecue. Somebody
Right,
mentioned a barbecue.
right.
That'd be kind of cool. We
Yeah.
could do like an acoustic set at the barbecue or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, that could be awesome. Well, keep us posted, stay in touch with these guys, and let us know when you know.
Well, you could follow me on
Yeah. Plug all your stuff, man.
Facebook.
That's
Yeah.
true.
The
Tell-
Louisiana
how can
Project on
people find you?
Facebook,
Yeah.
at TLP Band on Instagram.
Okay.
The Louisiana Project on YouTube. Spotify is the Louisiana Project.
That's cool.
Spotify would be great if you could go on there, like and follow. That's a big one for us.
Yes.
Labels and stuff like that. They're looking for big numbers on all that stuff.
Sure.
So
Yep.
any help we can get is really big.
Yeah. Jared, tell everybody to do that.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah,
So-
at least you're
I can give you the link
our,
too.
Our six listeners will probably
At least two of
you'll
them,
pick
right?
up at least two. Percentage wise, that's pretty good. That's like 1/3. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
But they are pretty. No, I joke about how it's more about me thinking nobody wants to listen to this, but there are a lot of people, and they're actually pretty active. So maybe they can get
right on, man.
some
Yeah,
momentum
any
there.
help is great. Yeah, like I said, the Louisiana Project.
That's cool.
That's Facebook,
Yeah.
and YouTube is the Louisiana Project. Instagram is at TLP Band, and then Twitter is the Louisiana Project as well.
Sweet.
So
Okay. Yeah.
Check
That's
it out,
awesome.
peeps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put all the links in our social media
Okay.
for this episode as well as on our YouTube.
Awesome.
So, yep.
I appreciate it.
You bet.
Yeah, thanks for
It's
having
great
me
having
out.
you,
I
man,
really
man.
appreciate it. Great to meet you guys.
Cool, man.
Great to meet you as well.
Nice meeting you too.
Scotty the Body.
Hey, you know what? I do have a question though.
Sure.
You had mentioned that you had submitted something online. Is that how the label in the UK picked you up?
Exactly. Yes.
Oh wow.
Wow,
Yeah, it was called
okay.
Submit Hub. I sent so Submit Hub is something where you pay like $1 to send out a song to people who have playlists and stuff like that. A lot of
Okay.
people on there pretty high and mighty,
Yeah.
if you get my drift.
Yeah.
But this was one guy, sent him a song, and actually he rejected it because they can either accept or reject. But it turned out that he rejected it to save me $1 because he's all, if I reject it, you get your money back. And then he sent me an email and said,
Wow.
why don't you email me the
how
songs? And then
funny.
so it was kind of cool that he did that. And then
Save you a buck.
yeah.
That is
So,
cool.
Bucker.
Nice.
But yeah, I met him through there. He's a good dude. He used to be in a
that's
band that used to tour, like a kind of a punk band in the '90s.
yeah,
Him and his brother.
And he's in the UK.
Yeah, he's in the UK. Yeah,
How funny.
yeah. Really nice guy. I hope to get out there someday. They have 2 studios out there, so I'm hoping
Wow.
maybe I can get out there and do a
Wow.
song there or something.
Nice.
Too.
That's sweet, man.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
there's a track record. If you hit in Britain and come over here, then usually you can do better.
Yeah.
Do a photo shoot
There's a
with a
few
band
bands.
walking across a crosswalk.
Yeah. There you
A
go.
few bands have done that. Good, man.
Nothing's
well,
ever
thanks.
come out of.
Right. Yeah, never. Good. Well, thanks for, again, being on the show. And
Thanks for having me.
Listeners, obviously, pump it up and help them
Do the
out.
thing.
Yeah, do the thing. Check the show notes out and get all those links and do what you got to do. And, man, let's get the Louisiana Project. My historical brain keeps wanting to take over. But, no, great sound, good lyrics, heartfelt, a lot of depth to like you said, the lyrics and the music. So they're not 15-year-olds that are playing in the garage. These are guys who've lived life. So, listen.
I appreciate that.
absolutely.
Yeah, and I'll make sure we do what we can to help you guys out too.
Yeah,
it.
yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, JJ. We appreciate
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, everybody. Well, we're going to wrap this one up. So, we're out.
Bye.
See you guys.
We're out. Bye.